through it?
That's gonna hurt me.
How that's gonna hurt you?
Because I gotta hold it down. So that's my mama.
Yeah.
No,
Majority of the men's supposed to hold it down. If we
Nah,
really,
nah,
if we really thinking about it, that's how it's supposed to be. The man, if the man is the head of the household, he's supposed to. If we go there, but we in the new world order.
They been stopped that.
Yeah,
They
we're in the
stopped
new
it
world
to
order,
one
baby.
person
New
can't
world
even own
order.
a household down
Yeah.
So. Okay.
What's popping, my people?
Oh man, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's definitely been a minute.
You know?
Y'all missed us? What's popping, y'all? Y'all missed us?
Y'all waiting for that hood talk?
Yeah.
That hood combo.
Yeah. So what's popping, people? Yeah, I had a good weekend.
And mine wasn't too bad either, you know. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's your day like, baby?
Oh, today, man, it's a long day of work, man. Long day of work. Beat down, tired, man.
Okay.
First day of the week, I'm tired already, yo. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Gotta find a better way, man.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why I want to do a financial thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you know a lot of people's going through this finance is hurting us. It's putting us in different modes, you know.
Nah, you just gotta get financial responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta be more responsible with your handlings. You handle that a little better, you get a little more. Like I said, sometimes you can't get everything that pops out. Just get, you know, pick and choose right. Stuff that can help you. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Let me straighten out my attire. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change up, you know, start wearing some button-ups, you know, grown man attire. Let y'all, you know, see the man, you know, he grew up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I did grow up, you know, a little bit, you know. I had a wonderful time in Harlem this weekend. I had to go for one day for a wedding, and it was a peaceful experience. You know, I videotaped myself in Harlem because I haven't been home in a while, and it was great being there, you know what I'm saying, just seeing some of my old friends and stuff like that, and going to the wedding, and, you know, New York City is just weed. You know what I'm saying? That's all you smell is weed. Weed is all over the place.
Hey, that's my type of place.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, that's all you doing. You don't, it's really drinking. It's more weed now. I'm like, that's what's up. I had fun though.
It's more laid back, you know. More laid back.
More blast from the past. Joe, so what's popping, man? Like,
oh man, same old.
Yeah.
You know.
Same toilet.
Different shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I miss y'all though, man. I miss being, you know, I don't know, I can't say seen, but you know, it is what it is. I miss doing this. I miss speaking to
talking.
Yes, talking to our people. Letting y'all listen to the conversation, baby.
Yo, I had a nice conversation with my little brother the other day, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him. It made me feel good, man. Him grow up.
Yeah.
You know, he grew up. He's grown now. You know, the stuff he say, you know, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
You know, the differences between, you know, not just looking for a pretty face, but finding that friend. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm proud of him for that. You know, we all got to do it. Yo, that pretty face don't really lead to much, man. Half of them can't even rock in bed. So, I mean, it's more than just a pretty face. You got to look for, you know, you got to look for your best friend.
So that conversation basically was, you know, him showing you.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt that conversation.
Not about how much he changed from, you know, when he was younger
to
where he is now. You know, he just noticed a lot of stuff, like, you know.
You got to grow up. You got to change.
Yeah.
And I always tell people with change, you have to change your behaviors. You have to change that.
And by that change, he met him a good girl. You know, his best friend. Like, yo, marry your best friend, man.
Yeah.
Wife your best friend. Don't wife a girl just because she look good. Because when you get wifey, you talking about there's a whole lot of other stuff open up. It got to be, is she a leader? Do she work? Do she hold her own? Does she help you? Or she's an asset?
I mean, we
or
both should
she's
be
a hindrance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
Like,
both should be that asset to each other. You know?
Right. That's why I said pick and choose your mate, not just by looks.
So now, have you found your rib?
Of course, I'm married.
There it is. See, do you think you were complete? Because
I'm complete. I've been 20 years in.
Okay. Because
20 years in, never stepped out on her, and none of that. Me and her together every day. We don't go a day without seeing each other.
Okay. See, that's good when you find your rib, baby.
You know what I mean? We don't
That's
go
what
a
we're
day
gonna call
without
it,
seeing each other. You
yeah.
see me, you see her.
Okay.
She's my best friend.
Yeah.
It's my buddy.
That's a good thing. Don't chew on your rib, but it's your rib. If you find it, your life is, to me, like I say, it's complete. That circle is.
But you see how you say your rib?
Mm-hmm.
Your rib goes everywhere with you, right?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't doing nothing separate.
Yeah.
We ain't doing
That's like I say, if you found your rib, you complete because you got God, your rib is your wife, and then everybody else. Basically, if you wake up in the morning, say you and your wife have an argument, you're gonna feel some sort of way because if you wake up in the morning, if your rib is hurting, you can't do nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Take care of it. Make sure why it's
That's
hurting.
what I'm
Find out
saying.
the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
See, the thing about me and my wife being friends, we really, at the beginning, we fought a lot because it was more of submitting.
Yeah,
Me
a lot of
being a
women
single
don't
man
wanna-
for
yeah, they
years,
don't wanna submit,
I don't
right.
want to submit.
Yeah.
I want it my way, but you got to give to get, right?
Yeah, that's
So I mean, you gotta submit. You gotta submit to the person you love. You gotta make sure that's the right person you submit to, though. See, that's
Yeah.
the problem. You gotta make sure you submit to the right person. You don't just submit to everybody.
well.
You
Since
know?
this blue moon, you know what I'm saying, I've been feeling some sort of way, and I noticed what I was doing in my marriage, you know what I'm saying, that was hindering a lot of stuff because of, you know what I'm saying, I was thinking, not knowing how to get everything to that, on that page to where she is submitting like that, you know what I'm saying, like to the point to where, like, you know, everything is right, I'm not doing it wrong, like, okay, you should submit to this or that, I didn't know which way to go with it. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. I mean, I'm getting
you know what it is we all different. So my submission is different from yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where you strong at, you hope she's strong somewhere else.
Yeah.
You're not.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? When you strong at, you gotta come forward with that. If you the one who plans and save the money and do that, you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if she's the one who do it, then she do that. You know, we all take roles, and if we all, if I master 10 things and she mastered 10 things, and we put it together, that's 20 things mastered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you get where she's lacking, and she get where you lacking. Y'all fit together like a puzzle.
Yeah, that's what
You know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean?
That's why I call it. Once you find your rib, is complete.
Yeah,
Once
and
it's
you got to
really-
understand
yeah.
and really listen to them too. Like,
Yeah.
You got to really listen to them and say,
I
you
think
know.
some.
Cause my thing was I was so stubborn. Like I see things where
That's
I
what I'm
see
saying.
it, and
That's
I
how I
expect you
was.
to see it
Yeah,
the same
that's
way,
where I
but
was at.
That's not how life is.
Yeah, that's where I mean, you know, not to because I've been
Yeah.
interrupted, but you know, that's where I've been, and it's like, okay, well, you should be this way, and it's like, no, it should, and then it's like, okay, well, we all have roles. You're right. We all have roles we have to play. You know, man, woman, man, woman, man, woman. You know what I'm saying? We have
Yeah,
roles.
you gotta remember what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. What,
Yeah.
what might make y'all tick, it might be something different. What make me and mine tick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not hard, man. You treat her like your queen, like she's supposed to be. You gonna make sure you pamper her. You gonna do this, and she gonna do the same for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we listen. I mean,
And
I could say something that I don't like, and my wife would change it up. At least she give it the, you know, she tries to change it up to get it right. Like,
Yeah.
all right, and then I do the same for her.
got you.
You know what I mean? And we 20 years in, man.
That's what's up. It's good when you could say them numbers, and it's been a great,
Yeah.
it has been a real great journey. You know what I'm saying? Our topic tonight, basically, what I wanted to get into was, you know, how you know, spoil your woman. You know what I'm saying? Spoiling your woman, is that a good thing, bad thing, or you decide? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a good thing. You're supposed to spoil your queen.
Yeah, I mean,
You listen. Every girl got that one guy that no matter who she with, that guy call her, she ready to run.
you probably spend-
When you get your woman, you gotta be that guy.
Yeah.
And the way you be that guy, you gotta treat her like nobody else would. This is your queen. She deserves the best. Unless you feel you don't deserve the best. This is your queen. She should get everything that you got. Everything that you want and the way you want to be treated, she should be treated. So if you treat your woman foul, don't get mad if everybody else treating her foul. You shouldn't.
So basically, what would you do if you had a high-profile queen? Basically, a high-maintenance queen.
Well, this is what I chose. This is the queen I chose. I mean, if I can't handle it, why I chose her?
I had to spoil the crap.
If you can handle it, yeah, but see, you got to understand what you want. Now, if you want that, do you want one that just pretty and just look good and that's all she could bring to the table?
No, I want one that we could work together. I mean,
right.
I want my right fit.
You still see beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah. And who eyes is beholding it now?
Yeah, but that's true. You're right. Everybody look different. What might be good to me might not be to you. What's trash to you might be good to me. You know how that works. But it's in the eye of the beholder. You know when you see your woman, you fall in love with her. It ain't no. When you meet a girl, if it ain't no, like when you first see her, you fall in love, and everything ain't going slow, it ain't no big event, it's not really all that. Like,
okay.
Listen, when you really want a woman, and you care, and you treat people how you want to be treated. It's that simple. People make it hard because they're not happy where they at. They want more. They want other shit.
I mean, especially when they, seeing it, they.
Listen, you always see the thing about it is, in this world, there's millions of pretty people.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be millions of attractive people. So what? If you want to, if you feel that way, you shouldn't settle down. You should just be out there running, trying to get all attractive people you can get.
I mean, but some people settle down, and all of a sudden they run into that other person. You know what I'm saying? That happens. That do happen.
Well, if you know life, you're always gonna, just like fighting, you always will find somebody who could beat you.
Yeah, but
if you keep looking.
But at the time you don't know it. Like that's just like that's like you chilling with somebody. You like, okay, our vibe is good now. It's going to be me and you. Then all of a sudden, people fall out of that vibe, and then you know what I'm saying. You might be somebody else.
It was mainly attraction.
It can still be. It could still be. No. It could be there.
If you fully,
listen. It could be there.
If you fully love a girl, everything about it, not just her looks, everything's fitting right. Why would you fall out of love?
Things happen. Things happen. That's just like when people get married, they get divorces. Things happen.
They get divorced because some people get married just to say I got married. Some people get married and say he's gonna do better when I get married. What makes you want to get up and go out and leave and go with somebody else when you?
But that happens, man. That's human nature, man. That's human nature. That's human nature, man.
I'm telling you,
most of the time,
there's still reasons that nobody's gonna be truly happy and then go run and cheat. Most people cheat because they're not happy where they at.
No, it's stuff that happens in the middle of it. That's like I said, like people get divorces. They was happy when they got married. They was happy to spend all that money for this wedding. Then years down the line, okay, this is not working. Things happen.
Because it ain't the same submission. It ain't the same love there. People get out of relationships because there's a lack of love. There's a slack somewhere. Maybe she's not giving you enough. Maybe you know. Maybe she don't want you to do certain shit. It could be anything.
It could be a lot.
But that's a change.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a change. That's not when you ain't fall in love with a person because they was on hard times and they look good. See, people get together for shallow reasons. Most girls look at, he don't look, I don't like the way he look, or he got money.
So that's when the spoiling comes in.
Now that money go away, she don't love him no more.
I mean, you got some people that's like that. You got some men like that. You got
right, but see, if you fall in love for a reason, when that reason is gone, then what? You fall in love with a girl that look good. Now she get older, she don't look good no more. Now you ready to go run cheat? Come on, now.
You keep spoiling it like you was doing. I mean, I guess.
Listen, man. Listen. If shit going right, it ain't no walking away.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going right, but it's always anytime a monkey wrench could be thrown in there. Anytime,
but you got to know how to problem solve that. Yeah. It's like life. Life is always problems. If you think you're going to have a relationship that's squeaky clean, where there's no problems at all, you're daydreaming.
Yeah, but all your problems you don't know how to solve. That's
you know,
anybody.
no, but see, the thing
Anybody
about
does.
it is, if you watch what you settled with,
Mm-hmm.
if you paid attention,
Mm-hmm.
and if you really got to know that person,
Mm-hmm.
you know how they are.
Mhm.
You can't when you old, you can't change. So I already know what you do. You can't overlook it. The thing is, we overlook shit.
Like what?
Anything. It could be anything. Like, oh, you gonna have a girl that like to sniff every once in a while. You like, man, that's just a little problem. I can get out of that. Get her there, she start doing it worse.
Yeah, they start growing.
Or a girl that gets drunk, sloppy drunk, an alcoholic, even a guy. Or a guy who beat up his other girlfriend, but you say it ain't gonna happen to me. No, like we know, we see the red flags before you go in. We choose to ignore them.
Yeah, but a lot of you see red flags going in, but as we go, it's different red flags come into play. It's always different red flags come into play. Like you got to understand that. You definitely have to understand that. That's what happens.
But when you
and
get
you start
married,
going
get married, you say for better or worse.
You're
right?
supposed to, yeah. That's
right.
the rules.
So if you got a person that we get in an argument, we know how to work it, we can sit and talk and work it out. That's the person that I'd rather be with than the person who want to flip off the hand and go crazy and want to start hitting and fight. I don't want that drama. I want that intelligence. See, the thing about it, like I said, it's who you with. But it's always going to be problems. And it's two of y'all solve them. But if one don't want to solve it, and they got to be born into that. Because I know damn well, if I fell and I couldn't work no more, my wife would work harder to get our bills paid. She's not going to say, oh, nah, if I said you ain't working, I'm going to leave you.
I mean, I understand
those
that.
are problems that pops up.
I understand that.
Problems, but you going out every Thursday is not a problem that popped up. It's you going out every Thursday. It's you being selfish.
But
the thing is, don't get married. Nobody forcing you to get married. Why get married if that's not for you?
I mean,
if you feel 2 years, I might feel different. Don't get married.
But you don't know that though. You don't know that. You don't know
your track record. You know,
but you ain't gonna see. If we all can see 2 years down, we all be in good positions. You can't.
Listen.
Like, come on.
Life is repetitive.
This spoiler woman.
Everything that happens in life is repetitive. Everything that happened to you is repetitive. You know how you are.
Yeah. If you got like if everybody got the same habit.
If you cheated on every girl you've been with, that's your habit. You're gonna do it when you get married. Because that's your habit. That's what you do.
No, not all the time. Because it's called the thing called change. People do change. No. So when you change, like you change your behavior. No. So if you really, just like how you said, if you really love that woman, you're going to change your behavior to be the right man for her. You know, everybody does things before they get married.
My thing is,
just spoil them, like I said.
My thing is, a lot of guys be forced into marriage because their girlfriends they with for a long time want to get married. You know, people get married to say they was married.
Sometimes
people are getting married to have that big wedding.
Sometimes
why majority of the big wedding people always break up, and the people that go to the judge stay together the longest?
I don't know. You gotta explain that theory because I mean I've seen it and I understand it.
I see a lot of people that had the big wedding.
I see it.
Get divorced.
I see it. But you know
what I mean.
Maybe they not spoiling it
because no, you know what it was? It was all for show. It's for show. People want to say, yeah, I'm married. But the girls who look, I got my ring. But that guy ain't no fucking good.
And some dudes do the same. I mean,
that guy ain't no fucking good. Dudes is doing it to make the girl happy. But then it's like, why be with the girl if you don't want to marry her?
So that's a way of spoiling her, but just get married.
Yeah, I mean, he's giving her what she wants, but he don't really want to be married because he's still running around. And he's still acting like he's single. Now, you're a grown man. Fuck that little kid shit. You're a grown man. You into something, you don't be a failure. See, I look at life as when you don't accomplish something, you're a failure.
So you mean to tell me if you're married and you run around and do something else, you're a failure? You're not a failure.
Yeah, because you promised this woman that you're going to be with her.
But see, what you're not understanding, you got to always understand the numbers. So you mean to tell me you're going to tell most of the women on the planet, because the numbers of women that's not married is way, way, way greater than the ones that is married.
Yeah,
so you mean to tell me
what's the
there's not enough men?
What's the number of women that want to get married, though?
There's a lot of women that want to get married.
Damn, every woman want to get married.
Most women, that's what I'm saying. So how you going to tell that other number? Because basically, that's just like if we in Atlanta. For instance, it's 30-something to 1. So you mean to tell me them 34 women are just going, no. See, that's why a lot of men, when they do stuff, they just call it sex. When they do other stuff out of what's going on. And I understand what you mean about marriage is a sacred thing. Yes, it is. It's definitely a sacred thing. But how you gonna tell all these other people? You know what I'm saying? How you gonna tell all these other people that they're not gonna get none? Period. Because it's not enough men. There is not enough men. I understand what you mean.
No. There's a lot of single men out here. You know why there's not enough men? Because they shooting each other. These girls started killing each other too. But there's a lot of men. There's a lot of people on this earth. Nobody know the exact number.
Yeah.
Nobody, but
I mean, it's over 7 billion.
But it's somebody for everybody.
It is. It's supposed to be somebody for everybody, but the numbers is not even. The numbers is not even.
Nothing is even.
Not even.
Nothing is even.
Yeah.
But what you got to realize is that not everybody's going to get married. There's a lot of single people out here too. Y'all can see each other, do what y'all need to do. But when you find your man, your woman, you marry that person. Don't get married unless you really mean it. This is life.
Yeah, you could.
Who want to play games? Why would I want to go buy a house with you? Buy stuff with you just to run. That's stupid.
But see, you're not putting in the fact that I don't know what's going to happen 8 months later. Because if you know what's going to happen later, then you're going to be in a good position.
You don't know. To it and you don't know who the fuck
that don't mean that.
Anything
can be thrown in there. A monkey wrench can always be thrown in, bro.
You don't know who you with. You don't know who you with. You don't know.
A monkey wrench can always be thrown in.
You don't know who you with.
Most marriages break up because of fucking
fucking
y'all spoil each other. I ain't mean to say that B word.
Fucking cheating is the reason why motherfuckers break up. One of the main reasons. Cheating.
No.
Or one of the motherfuckers don't want to work.
Most of the time it's finances. A lot of times it's finances. And most of the time it ain't even cheating. It's communication. Because people don't communicate.
But when they don't communicate,
that's most of your wedding.
Now, what I said at the beginning, you should have been communicating before you got married.
It's dudes that communicate to their eyes is blue. There's women that communicate the same way and still get the same results.
And you telling me she just started acting that way? She wasn't like that before y'all got married.
Sometimes that happens.
No.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens.
She's the same person you was with before you got married.
What you think? You gonna know all the secrets? You're not gonna know all the secrets, bro. It's gonna come out as some things gonna come out as they go.
Listen.
When you're married, things come out as they go.
I'm talking about the way the person act, the way a person move, their personality. You learn it.
A situation can change a lot of that. If you sitting in the same situation, it will change your personality and how you view stuff. Yes, it does.
If you give years, if you with your woman, you see the red flags. You could notice that. Some people don't notice how people. Me, I watch people. I watch their tendencies, how they are.
You do, but the tendencies change and new things come, new problems come in as y'all go. Yes, it do. New problems could come in as y'all go. Y'all could be in a nice house. Y'all could be in a nice house. Perfect example, in a nice house. One of y'all lose your position. Now y'all can't stay in a nice house. Even though the spouse is helping the other one, as you go, it's still something in the back of their head like, you know what I'm saying, damn, I'm doing all this. Now what happens is things change. Sometimes behaviors change because now that person is doing all this. Even though you're supposed to, then things change.
I'll tell you like this. Hold on, I'll tell you like this. If you lose your job and your wife not even give you a chance to try to get another one or do anything else and want to leave, then she's not cool with you. She never was.
But that's not what I was saying.
No. But that's not basically the same thing.
No, it's not.
Only way I can see.
Because after a while.
Hold on. Only way I can see that would change if you the man, it happens to you and you just sitting on your ass doing nothing. You ain't even trying to get another job. You're not trying to do nothing but just sit there and play video games. Yeah, I would get
you
mad.
don't have to do that.
It gotta be something like that.
Say that you hurt. It's just the point of.
If you hurt, why would your wife or why would your mate be upset because you hurt?
She's not upset. I never said she was upset. I basically said she formed some. You
get upset.
You always. Everybody gets in that position to where they sit somewhere after now they have a lot on them and they sit there and think like, you know what I'm saying, damn, like I wish it wasn't like this. Everybody does that. Can't nobody say they never felt like that. You keep your feelings on you. That's just like God said, you can anger for a second. And then you leave it there. Everybody gets those emotions.
No, hold on. I'm not talking about emotion. I'm not talking about emotion. You can have that emotion, but you ain't going to stay stuck in the sand. You're not going to stay stuck in the dirt. You're going to do whatever you need to do to bring that money in.
Some people do that, though. That's the whole thing about life. All of us are different.
The thing about it is,
that's why we're all different.
Them the people I want to stay away from. I want to stay away from them people. Because if you, listen, unless you can't walk no more, or you can't do nothing, you go get a
or
job.
they depressed,
Even
or
if-
they
hold
going
on,
through.
hold
Sometimes
on,
people
hold
go through
on,
stuff,
hold on,
and you
hold
got
on,
to
listen,
get time to get
listen,
out of it.
Listen.
Like
listen.
ain't
Life
everybody
waits for
snap
no
like
man.
that.
No,
Life don't wait for no
life
man.
don't wait for no. You can't tell a rip man, yo, I'm depressed. Give me a couple months.
No, you
him
can't
that.
tell somebody
Bro.
that. But if you're not able to do nothing because of that state you in, you need once you getting help, then you know what I'm saying, you go on. But you can't just life ain't just like easy like that, man. Like I wish it was. Because then we all would be all right.
I didn't say it was
Just
easy.
spoil your woman.
Hold on. How you gonna spoil her if you ain't got a job? Listen,
you can still spoil somebody. That's what I'm saying. You gonna spoil her financially, or you gonna spoil her like, or you gonna spoil her differently.
Listen.
Spoiling it comes a lot.
Anything is better than nothing. You might not have the same job, but
Yeah.
you can get somewhere when you got money coming. Drive fucking Lyft.
Yeah.
Do something
If you can.
Don't sit
if you
there.
are if you're in that predicament, yes, do it. Everybody's not in a predicament to do these things.
Listen,
some people
you
are.
lost your job. You in a depression. That's stupid.
Some people go into depression. Not all the time. Everybody don't go in depression. But you're not going to just be able to just. Sometimes you ain't going to be able to pick stuff up just like that. Understand? People say you can do anything.
How you going to live? How you supposed to live?
You're supposed to look for something. Why you want to look for something? That's why they call it a nest egg. You have a little money saved so you could go and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? As far as look for another job.
Right, but you don't sit down and be like, I'm depressed. Let me go see a
Some
doctor.
people get depressed.
But
well,
you need to get depressed on your own.
That's some people.
Well, you go on your own.
That happens, no?
I should know. You should go on your own.
You don't know what's going to happen in your life.
Person, why do I need to take care of you? You don't want to take care of yourself.
If they going through something at the time, how you should put that? That's like if you going through
we
something
all
at the time.
going through something. We all got feelings. We all depressed. Everybody who ever go to work got feelings.
Everybody's not depressed though. Everybody's not depressed. I'm not. Nah, you're not. If you're going somewhere depressed every day, you're not going to accomplish nothing because that depression is going to take over. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Listen.
That's going to definitely take over.
Listen, if you was single and that happened to you, what you going to do?
You got to try to make something happen. But
the
funny thing about it is when you're single, you have more options than a person that's married.
How?
You do.
How?
If you lost your job, you have more options. Yes, you do.
What you mean?
You have more options. You have more options
Explain
to
that.
you get supplements, get your bills paid. When you're married, you don't have options like that because they're always looking at that other half. They're always looking at the other person. You
Well,
don't have
for men,
options.
they don't have none of that. I don't care if you don't have nothing. They ain't give nothing to a man. You can have no job. They will not give you no food stamps.
It depends on what
They
state
won't
you
give you
in.
nothing.
It depends on what state you in.
They
No.
won't give you
It depends
nothing.
on what state
and
you in.
it won't be enough.
It might not be enough.
It won't be enough.
But you're going
Let me tell you
probably get
something. When you leave your parents'
spoil your
nest,
woman.
When you leave your parents' nest egg, it's all about survival.
Yeah, you gotta survive.
You want to survive?
Yeah.
Fuck all that rinky-dink shit.
Yeah.
If you gotta work at McDonald's, you work at McDonald's. If you gotta work at a little job like that, but help your partner. I don't want my wife to get no depression and she can't work and she's just sitting here and I'm gotta bust my ass and we barely making it when she could just add a little something to it. You can add something to it.
Everybody.
Why put that burden on the person?
I'm not defending. I'm basically saying that it's people that
can't spoil you.
They get
spoil
that.
Because I'm not gonna want your spoiling. Because if I know you just sitting in the house doing nothing, and I'm coming home from work,
saying if something happened to you, like you know what I'm saying, like
if something happened to you, that's different.
Depression is a disease, man.
That's different.
Depression is a disease that happens to people to where they can't do stuff. That happens. Anything can happen. Life, and one thing about life, anything can happen. I always tell people when something good happens, something bad is going to happen. That's the way it goes. That's balance.
I understand
That's
life.
balance.
See, the thing about I understand life.
Spoil your wife.
You can't be a punk and lay down.
No, a lot of people ain't a punk and lay down.
How many people lose their jobs, get laid off? You go find you something else. You keep it moving.
Yeah, you keep it moving, but sometimes it takes some people more
How
time
long?
than it takes others. I don't know. That's like me telling you, okay, Corey, I know that you're gonna make it to that job tomorrow, but it's 8:00 on Saturday, but you're gonna make it to that job Sunday morning. No, I don't. You can't even tell me you really gonna make it there. We assume we are. You don't know what's going. What I'm basically saying, you don't know what's going to happen. Some people, it takes longer time. They get depressed. It takes longer time for them to do stuff. That has to be understandable if you have a disease. That's like somebody, like all of a sudden now you got a disease. You can't do stuff.
When was this diagnosed to you? It just popped up out of nowhere?
I mean, it can
Was
happen.
it diagnosed
Some
already?
people go get diagnosed
Was
about
it diagnosed already? Was you showing signs of depression beforehand? See, the
don't
thing about
have
it
to.
is, that means you don't marry somebody unless you've seen them in different situations. You see them in all.
How long it took you to marry your wife?
Season. It took me a couple years. We got married in 2013. We got together in 2007.
Okay, but
Over
people,
5 years.
The whole thing about it is one thing about life. You
Over
must
5
always
years.
understand. Y'all all understand that when you get with somebody, you could be with them for 5 years, but when you saying 20 and 30, a lot occurred in them years and a lot of growing happened. So you're gonna be in different situations, so things can occur and happen.
We was in different situations. That's what made me love her more, because we get out of our situation.
Some people that happen. A
get
lot
out
of
our
people that
situation.
don't happen.
No,
for
why?
them.
Because
we
on
have
the
more
same
divorce
mental.
rates than anything.
We
in
got
this
the
country.
same. We got the same mental. We on the same. We
Some
on the
people-
same.
some people
we
find
on
that.
that same motion. That's what you should be looking for.
If you you should be what you need to look for is a woman that's open. That's what you look for.
Listen,
Anything else, no,
listen,
because
don't-
if you're a man, you are a leader. So what happens is you are filling her with
But if
certain
the leader
traits.
breaks down,
So
don't want to do nothing because he's depressed, then who leading?
some things happen.
Come on,
Some
man.
things happen for better,
Right.
for worse.
Right.
Remember them words,
Right.
for better, for worse.
I've been there.
Remember
I've
what
been-
God
I've
said,
been
for better, for
I've
worse.
been-
There
I've
was
been
nothing
in-
said
I've
after
been-
that.
I've been
that
in a
occurred
whole
to that.
lot of shit. I've been there. I got put out of 2 apartments. I've been there. I had to come back up from the dirt scratching. And I never laid down for no months without a job. Never. Only time when I got sick, and then I have a partner to help me.
He said it when he got sick. Depression is a disease.
And I didn't have a partner.
Depression
Hold on,
is
hold on.
a disease.
I didn't have a partner to help me, but I got back quick. Once I got
That's
once,
you.
Once I could walk,
Everybody
and I could
can't
go,
do that.
Well, because I'm trying to survive.
I wish
I
everybody
don't
could do
want
that.
you if you're not a survivor. If you're not a fighter.
Everybody's a
hold
survivor,
on,
though.
Hold on. If you're not a fighter, I don't want you. No, everybody's not. There's some people who can live poor, who can live without, who don't want to work, don't want to do nothing, don't have nothing holding them back. They don't want to do it because they don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to hear no excuse.
That's different.
You say
But
depression. You say depression, but they
depression
do
is a
every
disease.
fucking else. They do everything else though. They do everything else. They still go out. They go drink. They do this. They do that, but they depressed, but they can't work.
These people get money
Come
for
on,
being
man.
depressed now.
Come on. If you depressed,
depressed.
then, if you depressed and can't work, that means you sit in the car and you don't want to get up, wash your ass or nothing. But if you getting up, moving around, and still chilling in society,
It's some people that don't wash their ass as depressed.
If
So,
you
I mean,
if you still moving around and chilling in society, you could get a fucking job. Don't give me that depressed shit. That's an excuse. That's an excuse.
That's
to say
how
I
you
wanna sit
feel.
down.
And
No, because
you got a lot of people that feel differently about that.
If you
It's
sick
depression.
and you depressed, you're not getting out
Just
of
get
bed.
help if you're depressed.
Listen, if you're not getting out of bed and you ran down and you can't get up because you're depressed, that's different. But if you up every day, going to hang out in the corner with your
That's
boys,
different. That's
you moving
totally different.
Or you moving around
Totally
regular.
different.
You moving
I
around
wasn't even
regular.
there.
You moving around regular.
That's different.
New society.
That's
you
different.
can work.
That's different. That's different.
So you laying
That's
up
totally
in bed
different.
is something different, because if you had a job and you get hurt, you're going to get money for that. You're going to get Social Security for the rest of your life because you had a job.
I mean,
so
you work for 6 months, you can get Social Security.
So what I'm saying is, right, so you're going to have something if you get hurt that'll help your wife out. See, it's different avenues. It's different stuff. There's insurances you can take. You take precaution. You're a man. You gotta protect your house. You gotta get the life insurance, the mortgage protection. You gotta get the workers' comp. You gotta get all. No, but what I'm saying is, we all get that individually at your job. Your wife can't get it for you at your job. When you at your job, you make sure you have a job that offer that, and you get that. You get that. That's the whole shit. You have stuff to back you up. You in this world with no fucking cushion. Your parents ain't there for you like that no more. You on your own. You gotta take your household. You the kid.
I mean, everybody would know that, but if
you the kid,
one thing you could never know when it's gonna happen is when that monkey wrench is gonna get thrown into that process.
But like I said,
people take precautions. Some people don't.
Well,
but situation is like this: when you in front of that judge and y'all doing your vows, it says for better or for worse. When them words, it says nothing else. And remember that. So everybody things happen to people where one spouse have to take over.
But see,
that
the
happens.
thing about it is
That happens. That's life. You're human.
Yo, I'm not talking about if you bedridden. That's something different.
It could be
But
depressed.
if you depressed and you
You're
sitting around the
depressed.
fucking house doing nothing,
You're depressed.
and you chilling.
Some people take longer to
If
get
you-
out of their depression.
Listen, then you need to be on
You're
your
supposed
own.
to take care of that
You need
person.
to be on because you're not.
You're supposed to
you're
take
not
care of that
going-
person.
You're not following your
I didn't
vows.
say not for the rest of their
Not
life.
up for worth, but you supposed to still help. You supposed to help
Yeah,
us.
you
make
can
it.
still help.
You gotta help
Sometimes
us
their
make
mind
it.
is not there.
Then-
If their mind is not there, then
Then why we together?
then help them. No, you supposed to love that person. You love that person
Nah,
for
but
better,
they don't-
for worse.
But if they don't love themselves, how can
For
you
better,
keep
for
loving them?
worse. That's like if all of a
If
sudden
you don't love yourself, how can you
became
keep loving them?
you became bedbound and you couldn't do nothing no more for a long
Bedbound is
time.
different.
Then she's supposed to say,
What?
okay, well I don't love him no more because
No,
he bedbound, but you said for
I'm
better, for worse.
bedbound, but you know something? I'm still bringing money in. I'm bedbound, but I'm
Hopefully
bringing
you
money
are.
in.
Hopefully you are.
If
Hopefully
I'm
you are.
working, I
Some
can't
people
work no
takes
more.
longer for them to get out of stuff. Just make sure, take care of them, make sure they all right. If they not getting out of it, make sure they get the right proper help before you go away. You know what I'm saying? Because if the shoes was on the other foot, think about it. If the shoe was on the other foot, make sure they all right.
Hold on.
Make sure
See,
they
the
all
thing
right.
about it is, the thing about it is, see, he keeps saying that, but he's not listening to what I'm fucking saying.
What
What
you
I'm
saying?
saying is, if you sitting around doing nothing,
Yeah.
but you able,
and I
you saying
I
that
said
you
that's
depressed,
cool.
If
But
you
I'm saying if
depressed,
you're depressed,
but like I said,
everybody goes through different stages
You gotta,
of
you gotta
depression.
be bedridden. For me, that's what I'm saying. You
A lot
gotta
of
be
depression
bedridden.
ain't
You're not
bedridden.
gonna,
And it's
you're
bad.
not gonna walk around the house
it's bad.
chilling, going outside, doing whatever, but you can't work. But you can do
As
everything
long as
else.
you're not on the corner. Some people, that's what it is.
Nah,
They can do everything else with their depression. I mean, that's just what it is.
You can
That's
do
just
everything
what
else
it
but
is.
work. That's a
That's
cop
just
out.
what it is.
That's
That's
a
not a
motherfucker
cop
who
out.
don't want to do
That's
nothing.
not a
Man,
cop
that's
out. If he's
not
depressed,
fucking
it
right.
could be.
But you can do everything else. It don't work.
And what? Get up in the morning and I mean,
You
people
get
that's
up-
depressed. It's
you
people
get
that's
up-
depressed.
hold on.
Get
You
up in
can-
the morning and go to the grocery store and get their food and come back home.
You can do that. You can function.
Come back home.
You could go-
Some people
you could-
depressed
you could go-
can't be around a whole bunch of people for a whole amount of hours.
Get
So
a
they
job
can't
by
do certain
yourself.
stuff.
You can even get
If
a
you
job.
can find
Hold on.
that.
You can even get
If
a
you
remote
find that,
job
that's a
now.
good thing.
They got
If you
remote
can find that,
jobs.
if you can find that, everybody don't fit that. I had an HR person tell me that one time. This is what I tell everybody.
One HR person tell you that that's wrong?
No.
And you gonna try to
Nobody
put
said that's
numbers on
wrong. I
me?
just
Come on, man. You bugging.
it do.
You
How I'm bugging when
You
if
bugging.
somebody tell you all jobs don't fit everybody, and it's the truth. It is the truth. You can't just go anywhere. You think you could just go anywhere? No, you can't just go to any job because a lot of people is not going to stay at any job. I see people come to a job and stay for an hour and leave. I've seen it happen a lot of times because of the situation. Oh yeah, a lot of people will say, yeah, I'll go do anything. But no, once your body gets to that rigorous stuff that's going on, you like, oh no, I seen it.
First of all,
firsthand. I never thought I would see something like that.
You know what?
That's not a cop
You know
out.
what? No,
Everybody's
I know.
not built for everything.
I'm not saying a cop
Yeah.
out, but you talking about an unprepared person who didn't fucking look into the job before they went for it. You look into the job. You don't just go to any place. I can't go to fucking Tires Plus and try to be a mechanic when I don't know how to fucking fix a car. Why would I try to be a mechanic? That's like me going to the airport tomorrow. I want to be a pilot, and I ain't got my pilot license. You look into a job. You don't just go. You look into a job and say, okay, this is what this job consists of. This is what I'm going for. If you just want to be a worker, this extra hand, they got jobs like that. They got jobs where you study your profession. You get that job.
Most of the
See,
people that went to
stuff-
school don't.
Hold
ain't
on,
find
they
their jobs with their
didn't go
profession.
there.
No,
They didn't pick the right profession. Right, that's what I'm saying. They don't put. How college ain't good for everybody. Some
It's
people
not.
go to trade school.
That's to me, college sometimes
So-
is a rush
so,
thing
but
because
what
you
I'm
got to
saying
rush
is-
to come to that
What I'm saying
determination.
is, when you have a job you want, you get the requirements to get that job. To be an insurance agent, you got to pass the test.
Yeah.
You got to learn this stuff before you get it in. So certain jobs, you got to pass the test to get it.
Yeah.
And that's how you learn.
Most people's working
when
jobs
you
that they
young-
ain't go to school for.
Right.
That's and,
Right,
and,
that's
and you
how
pay
life
back all
is.
this college stuff.
But that's how life is.
Life
though.
don't supposed to be like that.
is-
That makes no
cause
sense.
What you
though.
got to realize with that college credit,
makes no
you getting
sense.
in the door.
That makes no
You
sense.
getting in the door regardless. That's how this world's made. You getting in the door because you have they will pick a person with a college degree faster than they pick with a person without it.
And
Period.
then they find out
But-
a lot of people with
but
college
when you
degree
play-
can't
when-
do that job.
When you play in your life, so what? They're gonna still hire them. They don't make it. They don't make it. but they're gonna get the chance to get in there.
Yeah.
See, the thing about it is you playing your life. You know what you like to do. That's what you gonna do.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is easy. If you don't have a job and you gotta work a part-time job or something else, you might not like that job, but you don't just walk away. I did that when I was young. That's why I got
nobody don't say walk away.
You just walk out. I come in there for an hour. That means that man ain't got nobody to take care of. He ain't got nobody that eat. Because when you gotta, I
wouldn't say that. I thought that way too, but I wouldn't say that. Because if a
person did that, he don't care about his family.
No, I would not. I would not say that. I would not say that because he couldn't do the job. He couldn't.
So
the
what?
Supervisor came and told him. The supervisor came and told him, "You can't do this job."
Then why did you get the job?
And he was doing it because he thought he went for the job.
Why go for
it was available?
Because
it was available.
No.
What he wanted to do was not available. All jobs are not just available. Just all of a sudden you lose a job, you could go walk right into another.
I didn't say that.
That's not happening.
I didn't say that.
Basically, what happened was he took a job because he needed to take care of his family. But for him to go there every day, he could not do that job. He could not physically do that job.
Then he should have found the job that he physically could do.
He couldn't find a job to physically do. What happened was, when he found the job that he physically could do, matter of fact, he went to McDonald's. And the only time he found that McDonald's job was 3 weeks later. But he was going for jobs every day. It's not, you can't just say that you could just go from one job to the next job. He did find a job. It takes time. Sometimes it takes time. Just make sure you got somebody safe.
Let me tell you something.
Make sure you got somebody safe.
Warehouse jobs everywhere that's hiring. Yo, all these gas stations.
It depends on your circumstances.
All these gas stations hiring.
Depends on your circumstances.
You ain't got to
some gas stations.
All these gas stations. I'm out the road every day. All of them got help wanted on it. All of them. Everyone I go to have help wanted on it.
And if you could get to
help
it,
wanted.
good thing. And if
help
that's
wanted.
what you could
they
do,
got one everywhere.
You could do that.
Unless you don't got a car. And if you got a car, you can work for yourself. You can work when you want to work. It's too much stuff out here for you to do to say, I'm sitting for months with nothing.
Oh, you're supposed to sit for months for nothing. But if you're going through a depression, if you're depressed, people, that's what happens.
Listen,
we're gonna have to cut this short. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we running out of time.
If you're a person who don't want to get up your ass and work, stay away from me. I mean personally, that's me.
And that's understandable.
Now, if you hurt, sick, or something like that,
going through depression,
that's different. But you ain't gonna be sitting around healthy talking about you depressed.
Nobody says you're healthy. If you're going through depression,
but you can go food shopping.
Make sure you get somebody.
You can smoke weed.
See somebody.
Whatever.
Some people are depressed and have to smoke weed to calm themselves down. It
Well,
depends on what it is.
The
reason why I'm bringing it up because I found out and learned about it, and people that's going through that work for years, got careers, and can't work there no more because of their depression. It is what it is. It's depression, and that's why I brought it up. It's Willie, baby. Y'all know what it is.
I bet you one thing, before we go, I bet you one thing, Social Security won't give you Social Security if you're just depressed. Peace.
I think you get that.
I'm out.
I think you do, though, but here we go. It's going to still continue, baby. Hey, depression is depression.
Break up a marriage.
That's
you
depression.
Ain't doing shit. I got to do it by myself. You ain't trying to help me. You
love y'all.
Smoking and chilling. Fuck.